The title of this lesson is Lines and Angles. The goal is to identify parallel, perpendicular, and skew lines and planes. The standard is congruence, number 1. Parallel lines are coplanar and they do not intersect. The symbol that you see, two lines, means is parallel to. These are the symbols that we would use and how we would read them. This first one is line AE is parallel to line BF. And the one below is line AD is parallel to line BC. Okay, here we have a diagram, and we saw that line AE is parallel to line BF. Here is line AE, there is line BF. Those two lines are parallel. Also parallel are lines AD and line BC. Now notice those red arrows kind of in the middle. If you see two lines with those arrowheads in them, it means that the lines are parallel. You can also find other parallel lines in this diagram, such as line FG and line EH. And there are more than that, but those are the ones we're going to look at right now. Skew lines are non-coplanar, they are not parallel, and they do not intersect. And we would write it as line AB and line CG are skew. There is no symbol for skew. Okay, we're looking at that same diagram, and it said that line AB, we're looking at the blue lines, and line CG are skew. Notice AB is here in the front, CG is in the back. AB would also be skew with line DH in the back. And there are more lines that are skew, but those are two of them. There are a few of them right there. Parallel planes, like parallel lines, they are planes that do not intersect. And we would write it as plane ABCD is parallel to plane EFGH. Again, notice we use the same two parallel lines to show that one plane is parallel to another. And we're back at that same diagram again. Plane ABCD, it almost looks like this, it's colored yellow, it almost looks like at the top of a box. And plane EFGH is down here on the bottom. You might think of these as bunk beds. One's on top and one's on the bottom. Those are parallel planes. The front of the box, AEBF, is also parallel to the back of the box, plane CDHG. Here's a problem. It says in this figure, assume that lines and planes that appear to be parallel are parallel. And the question is, which segment is parallel to line segment AB? Now, believe it or not, there are more than one line or one line segment that is parallel to line segment AB. In fact, there are three of them: line segment EF, line segment DC, and line segment HG. So here's our original segment. We have this one here on the bottom. We have this one here on the top. And we also have this line. So even though this appears to be up above this one, the plane, because I said parallel lines are coplanar, the plane would actually go diagonal through the box. Here's your first practice problem. It says, in the rectangular prism shown below, which lines are parallel? And I wrote down that if lines are parallel, they will never share a letter. So for example, line segment NO or line NO would never be parallel with line OK because they both would share the letter O, and they just wouldn't do that if they're parallel lines. You are to pick out the pair of parallel lines that are on this box. This problem says or asks which segments are skew to line segment CD. There's CD, and we want to know which line segments are skew to that. There are 4 line segments: BF, AE, EH, and FG, and I'll show them to you. Here is line segment CD, and we have BF here in the back. We have AE, this is another vertical line. We have EH, and we have FG, the dotted line that looks like, to me, looks like it's in the back of the box. Those 4 line segments are skew to line segment CD. Here is your practice problem. In the rectangular prism shown below, which lines are skew? Another question you're going to be asked in the assignment are intersecting lines. The question, this practice problem says, in the rectangular prism below, which lines are intersecting? Select all that apply. And I wrote this note here. If lines are intersecting, they will share a letter. So I'll give you a hint. Line LM up here at the top is intersecting with line QM. Notice they both lines contained the letter M. So when you're looking for intersecting lines, look for a shared letter. The last kind of problem you're going to see will be like this. What are 2 pairs of parallel planes? Remember, you're looking at planes now and not just lines. Now there would actually be 3 pairs of parallel planes, because if this figure were a rectangular prism, the top of the box and the bottom of the box would be parallel planes. The left side and the right side would be parallel planes, and the front and the back would be parallel planes. They're showing 2. Plane ABCD is parallel to plane EFGH. There we have the top of the box and the bottom of the box. Plane DCG is parallel to plane ABF. That is, the left side of the box is parallel to the right side of the box. Your practice problem says, in the cube shown below, which planes are parallel? Now again, I gave you a note. If planes are parallel, they will never share a letter, just like parallel lines. Okay, so where are you on this scale after watching the video? I don't get it. I sort of get it. I got this. Or I'm so good, I could teach this. Remember, your goal is for after you do your assignment to be at least, I got this. And that's the end of this lesson.